why are Mayweather and McGregor talking about each other?
Hey, you know what? I'm on the bandwagon that this has legs. I don't know that it'll happen for sure, but I believe that they are trying to put it together.
Because Dana White's talking about it. If they didn't want it, if there wasn't enough in the ether, people wouldn't be talking about it.
That's right.
They're talking about it.
Here's the historically speaking, here's the rule in fighting. Getting the fighters to agree is the hard part. If you have the fighters agree that have fan bases behind them, you then have the fight. The easy part is getting a promoter on board. This case, the promoter was the last one to the party, but now Dana White is there. The question is, does he have the right to promote Mayweather? And the answer is no. Contractually, he would need a couple more pieces of paperwork in place, but he does have the right to promote Conor. He is his promoter of record.
Yeah, but what are we going to fight? What are we going to do here? In a ring?
They're going to box. Yeah, they're going to actual boxing in a commission licensed boxing ring is what's being proposed, and that's all that Mayweather would agree to.
Why would McGregor do that? Just for the money?
Purely for the money. Yeah, I mean that fight will last as long as Mayweather wants it to, but there is still something to watch there. And I can tell you, I mean, as an MMA guy, we're not going to come out and just support Conor because he's our own. In make-believe land that he can win, we will support him in his efforts to try.
Does he have? Is that the only place he would win? Is make-believe land?
Yeah. I mean, come on, you got to understand. Conor McGregor has never boxed, not amateur or professionally. Now he's going to step in against the greatest boxer to ever live, arguably, and probably not even an argument. The greatest boxer to ever live. Yes, it's very, very uphill battle there.
Does Mayweather box? Does he box?
He's a tactician.
No,
I
know. I say this as a guy that wouldn't step foot, in a ring with him. I understand that this is, I guess one would say microphone valor right here, but you know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you like this, and I think this might
Conor
be what you're
can't get
saying.
in there and catch him with one or two or three.
Mayweather boxes. Mayweather doesn't fight. And there is a difference, but his body's built for that. He's not a power guy, and you're born with that. You can't really develop that power. So he uses the tools that he has. He moves. His defense is outstanding. But he is a point guy. He likes to win rounds and then get to a decision. That is a fair. Most people give it to him as a criticism. I see the appreciation in that, but I get where it can be a little bit dull.
What if they wore lighter gloves? Because a 4-ounce UFC glove or an MMA glove versus a boxing glove is a huge difference.
That could change things.
We got to get some sort of UFC aspect to this thing. Why would Conor? I mean, I know it's a ton of money. We got to get some sort of mixed martial arts aspect to this situation.
Conor would love to agree with you. That'd be very nice. But Floyd's not going to agree to those terms. Floyd's going, look, I'm the best. I'm the highest paid guy. If you want to come do this, you got to come into my world. That's a fair thing by Floyd. Floyd is controlling this thing, not Conor. And that's just fairness. So no. If they do it in a commissioned license event, which they will, the rules are already set up. There's no getting around them.
Now, I am a guy that would be more. If you asked me, if I'm more interested in seeing McGregor in the ring or Mayweather in an octagon, I'd rather see. I would pay money to see Mayweather in McGregor's world.
Sure.
The other way around, I'd be like, okay, now you're just trying to get me interested in a carnival act, which the other one might be too, but at least that's something I've never even imagined I could possibly see.
Yeah, I agree with you there. And a lot of that also comes from the psychology. I'll analyze you real fast, but you represent the masses. That is what people would rather see. They want to see Floyd get beat. Floyd has been so dominant and so successful. They want to see him get beat. So if you took him out of his element and you could put a guy that is brash and talkative in an environment where he's going to come up short, I think that people would agree with you.
Or more apt to come up short. I don't want to see, Mayweather deck him and then this thing last shorter than Ronda Rousey's last fight.
Yeah, and it likely would.
For $1 billion.
Yeah, it likely would. Particularly, if it was a different boxer like, say, Mike Tyson that had that kind of power. Floyd might play with him for a little bit and move around, but you are absolutely accurate to believe that fight lasts as long as Floyd wants that to last.
So I'm with Chael Sonnen here in the Rich Eisen Show. When does this finally come to a head?
Well,
my child's 8.
Yeah.
What? Give me his age when something like this happens.
Let's see what happens. So Dana White came out and made him an offer. Floyd Mayweather told Conor, I'll give you $15 million.
Okay.
So Dana White came in and said, I'll give you both 25. Now what that does is that tells Conor, don't go try to find this fight anywhere because I'm willing to pay you double. Floyd's the missing element. Now, of course, Floyd isn't going to do it until he ggets 8 times that. But you see the move there by Dana White. He protected his own guy who's trying to get free from the contract and go somewhere else. He protected his own guy by saying, I'll pay you double. Well, now all of a sudden, what's that guy say to the boss? He goes, okay, I want you to do it. Man, we're waiting on Floyd. That was the play there.
But Dana's not going to be able to offer him 8 times $25 million, right?
I don't think he would. No, I think Dana's too smart. I don't think he would. He would give him a cut of the pay-per-view and say, if you want to be partners on this, we will. But no, he's not going to pay him $200 million.
If you wanted to fight, if you're under contract with Bellator or UFC and you wanted to enter into a boxing match, is that a conflict of interest based on your contract, or are you allowed to do that because that's a different sport? Because why would Conor have the UFC have any part of this? Why is Dana White making any money?
I'll tell you the policy. I've never stared at the contract and had attorneys pull it apart, but the policy is if you want to go compete somewhere that involves a strike, meaning a boxing or a kickboxing or an MMA contest, you're not allowed to do that. You could go grapple, submission grappling is picking up, wrestling events are picking up. You could go do something like that. That's policy. What the law is, I suppose that'd have to be tested in court.
Submission grapple, put that down for a fantasy football team.
Got it.
That was really good. I like that.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.